Relationships are hard because of selfishness. And again, that's why I say their demons are harmonizing with each other rather than who the people really are, the true state, their true nature. On my podcast, I was like, relationships shouldn't be hard. Sometimes I get a lot of backlash for saying that because it's not what's said most of the times. And again, it's been so pervasively in front of our face for many of us that that's what it takes. Arduous, hard work and effort to be in a relationship with another human being and to make it work because so many other people fail at it. And don't get me wrong, if we're going to say relationships are hard, we have to then identify why it's hard. And then once we identify why it's hard, and usually I say on my podcast, many of the times when you're going through a relationship and you feel like it's arduous work or you feel like you're failing at it and it's hard, it's because the two people, instead of their angels and their good characteristics harmonizing together, their demons are harmonizing with each other. Their demons are having a party late at night, or all throughout the relationship, while the people are on the side and they're thinking that whatever they're going through and the conflicts are actually them. And it's really not. So we can kind of hone in on some of the characteristics, some of the nature that has either been passed down environmentally, learned through environmental learning, that is really not who that person is, then we leave open space to have a lot of harmony and flow in relationships and less resistance and less conflict. Relationships are hard because of selfishness. And again, that's why I say their demons are harmonizing with each other rather than who the people really are, the true state, their true nature. That's what makes it hard. But what's making it hard is the person not wanting to let go of that selfishness, right? And understand that, wow, I'm with this person. I have to unite as one with this person. So I have to let go of my selfishness and I have to put selfless love in the place of that. In relationships, we need to make a commitment and make that be a fundamental governing principle of the relationship, that no matter what changes or stages our relationship is going through, or no matter what we're experiencing, we're gonna laugh at it because it's fleeting. As long as we come together and dedicate and say, listen, whatever we're going through, it's not going to be more powerful than whatever principles we've established our relationship on, whatever spirit that is within inside us. If we stand firm, it's going to fade. It has to. That's just the principle of life. One of the ways that we can kind of help that process is to laugh, is to find some kind of light. One of my favorite quotes, and I always forget who said it, multiple people I've heard say it, is that, within every problem, there's always some kind of seed that you can pull out of it. You can extract some kind of learning lesson, some kind of positivity from it. So I guess in the same sense that's as well as what I'm presenting tonight. So it seems so simple, but so many people get into maybe a really dry place in their relationship and feel like they're stuck and get into a rut where laughter doesn't even seem feasible. If there was something misunderstood about me, is that people don't think, but I'm very goofy. My husband will tell you I'm goofy. I laugh all the time. I do the most silliest things, and that makes life a positive experience for me. But I've learned that. That's also, I understand that about me. I've went through since I was young, when I was younger, and my childhood wasn't what people would consider the most normative situations that I was in. Some people might have called it a dysfunctional situation that I was in. And so for me, back then when I was a child, I would use laughter. That's how I would cope. That's how I got into acting, actually. I would mimic different people that I would see in our family and do whole acting skits to my sister, and we'd laugh about it, and it would help us be able to maybe, deal with certain situations that were going on that was happening that wasn't right. And I just kept that with me into my adulthood. But it served me well because when I go through different challenges in my life, I just know that, listen, it's going to pass. It's going to pass. It's not going to be greater than what's within me. Whatever's going on around me or surrounding me is not greater than what's within me. And so I might as well pull from that strength. And while I'm pulling from that strength and I realize that power, then I might as well laugh and find, whatever I can find in it that I can pull out and laugh about it. So really simple, but as many of the things that I feel like I introduce here, easier said than done, especially when you're in the thick of it, right? And you're going through whatever you feel like is a hard part of your life, a hard aspect of life. But going back to what we were talking about yesterday, understanding that there's ebb and flow and that life is ever changing. It's a transition, we are all in progress. There's no permanent state here in life. And to understand that is really freeing at the same time. It's freeing to actually accept that, because that means that whatever negative thing that is coming your way that you feel like you're experiencing, it's not going to, as the old gospel hymns or church folk will say, trouble don't last always, right? It won't last always. You have to know that it's not going to last always. And that's why I kind of just don't like when people always say, oh, relationships are so hard, and they have that. It's the spirit more so, not just the word hard, but it's the spirit that usually comes with when people say that. It's almost like you feel like they're saying you're just gonna feel like you're not gonna win at it at all. And I just think that's so toxic, because it's such a natural part of life. So God wants you to win at your relationships, and he's giving you the tools if you are open to learning and open to flowing in the relationship.